And I will post this like I always do in the post that I originally did that was stating this call. So, first things first, welcome to Urban Avengers Sunday team call. As always, we like to do these team calls to keep everyone incorporated to grow as a family. These calls have been in existence for the 2 years that I've actually started doing it. It's been up and down. We've changed criteria, but from here on out, it'll always can continuously be a call for everyone, for all team members. So if you ever have a team member and you want them to get on the call and you don't have any event for them to get to, this is always something good for them to join so they can hear from a lot of other people. We're going to first and foremost, I want to recap this past weekend. We had mega training out here. I'm not sure if anybody actually watched it. And, I think some people watched little tidbits and pieces of it. Me personally, I was actually supposed to be on stage with Celeste doing her section with her, but had some things come up at like 12:30 in the morning. I had my babysitter was like, forgot that she was supposed to watch my kids. So didn't have a babysitter. So I actually had to stay home. But I actually I had things to do around the house, obviously, but I had to call on the entire time. So I listened to the whole thing. And it was very, very informative call. And what I want to take away from that is, and share with you all, is the fact that the successful people in this company are the ones who are always excited. We talked about this before. I've told you guys this. But now it's coming from the mouths of President's team members like Brian Holyfield and Super Mario and Garen Jones. These people will always tell me that success is dependent upon how excited you are about something, especially in this company. I'll tell you guys this. These mega trainings, the reason why I always get inspired from these mega trainings is this reason alone. Has people on the panel who are successful. And what does that let me know? It lets me know that there's no excuse to why everybody can be successful no matter where you are right now in December. Because the people on panel are on panel because they're experiencing a level of success right now in December. Like Theo, she's 45 years old. She's a mom of I believe 3 or 4, and she has a lot of duties as a mother and owning another business. But she, it has been in the business 6 months. She's already going into her second cut of global expansion team. She's at like 5K this month already, and she says all it is just excitement and making sure that herself is duplicatable. And what that means, I know we haven't talked about that in a very, very long time. And we haven't talked about method of operations. But when she says make yourself duplicatable, I wrote that down. And the reason I wrote that down is because we haven't talked about it in a long time. And here's the reason why I wrote it down. Because a lot of us are good at getting people on plans. Or we're good at getting people, on a specific regiment that we did. And we're good at, let's just say I'm very, very good at getting people on $200 plans. And you may have a couple of people on your team that are the same way. But guess what? Everybody who sign up is not going to be good. It's like they're not going to be able to do things like that. Everybody who sign up, some people are scared to talk to people about the products when you first sign up. So one thing you have to think about is your method of operation duplicatable for a new person who knows nothing about the business? And what she said, her success came from her, doing 5,000 volume points in the first 10 days of the month is 3-day trials. And she says anybody can do 3-day trials. Anybody can get $20. And her philosophy is if you can't get a 3-day trial off that's only $20, how are they ever going to be able to sell a plan that's $200? So her philosophy is no matter what, she always leads with a 3-day trial, and because she makes sure her follow-up is on point. So she's making sure she follow up every day. Me personally, I will say I don't need 3-day trials personally to get people started on Herbalife. But that does not mean that my downline that I have coming up don't need something like a 3-day trial. It doesn't mean everybody's going to be as excited as me. They're going to need something easy. You know, Rachel may bring people into the business who aren't excited to make videos and who aren't excited to talk to everybody, who aren't excited to go out. They just need something easy to tell people, oh, we got this 3-day trial for $20. Anybody can do that. So me personally, I'm not telling anybody, what to do. I'm not telling anybody how to run their business. But if you want to keep everything in congruency, and if you want to keep everybody doing, kind of the same thing, and if you don't want anybody getting confused saying that they don't know what plan to get people on, just tell them to do a 3-day trial. All you're asking for is $20, and guess what happens whenever that person decides to get on a full plan? They can just get Total Control, protein drink mix, and the Formula One shake mix. The same exact thing that was in the 3-day trial. You don't have to know all the plans. You can get them on the same products. And what's the nutrition plan like? The same thing you were doing during the 3-day trial process. So it's like nothing changes. That's the most easily duplicated way to run the business. And I think I'm going to actually, even with the challenge, I think whenever I get people on plans, I'm like, listen, we're going to start you with a 3-day trial first, no matter what. And the reason I'm going to do that is because when those people become members, they're going to do the same exact thing. They're going to get people started on 3-day trials, and that way that they keep everything is getting duplicated. This is for you people that who don't have a team yet, especially start now. Start now with doing business one way. Don't do business 15 different ways because you're going to confuse people as they come in. So do business one way and stick to that one way. And that was my biggest takeaway from Mega Training was everybody talks about, how hard it is to do business right now, how hard volume is to come by right now. But I literally just watched a panel of people who have all done, 30,000 volume points in the last 3 months, qualified for the vacation, qualified for Utah. It's not, and these people are in different areas. Like the girl Theo, she's from New York. Then they had but her team is from North Carolina. And I had one of my team members tell me that nobody in North Carolina has money and nobody in North Carolina wants to get on a nutrition plan. Well, I just heard a girl who says her 20K organization is in North Carolina. Same city, Charlotte, they there. So you can't tell me that there's not people that are out there, because guess what? You're probably just, whenever you're talking to people, you're just probably not as excited to talk to people about the products. You're not as excited as you were before because maybe not everybody is willing to jump on a plan right now because it's December. Maybe you might have to do a little bit more work. And trust me, when I tell you guys, I check, everybody's, Facebook and social media. And the only reason I do this, don't think I'm crazy, but the only reason I do this is because everybody has voiced their opinions as far as goals that they want. If you say that you want something, it's my job to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to get to that goal. One thing being is if you're not even talking about the products every day, there's no way you can tell me you want to be president's team or millionaire team. If you get caught slipping without your brand, then there's no way you can be talking about your president's team. I look at so many people's snaps and they're snapping and they ain't got nothing, Herbalife in the picture. I mean, it's fine. It's okay. But that's and this is what I would say. This is my disclaimer. Everybody doesn't have to do that. But if you say that you want to reach a certain level, it requires certain things. Everything out of my mouth isn't Herbalife. I talk about basketball. I talk about football. I have conversations about other things, music and all that. But guess what people are always going to see? They always want to see Herbalife. They don't see it no matter what, because they're going to know what I'm about. We ain't got to have a conversation about it for you to know what I'm about. Every snap that I have is either going to be me talking about, it's going to be Herbalife somewhere. Every Instagram picture I put. Because if I say I want millionaire team, and if I say I want my team to want whatever that they want, I have to always be present in that moment. I have to always represent what I say that I want, not when I know people are watching, because literally, people are always watching. And I've been told from people before, listen, I'm going with you because I see that you really are about this business. I know some people are wishy-washy. I only see some people post every now and then. Garen Jones told me, when he called me, you need at least 3 to 4 posts a day. Not all about Herbalife, but 3 to 4 posts a day. 2 of them, you can make them about Herbalife. One could be an inspirational post, and then one could be a lifestyle or a healthy, active lifestyle post. But that's from somebody who wants to be 30K press team. That's somebody who wants to make $150,000 a month with Herbalife. That's somebody who wants to be able to change their mama's life and their mama's life and their kids and their kids' life. That's what those kind of people do. So it's like a decision. You can't tell me or you can't tell the world that you want to change your life with Herbalife and you don't even talk about it every day. And that's just the reality of the situation. So, that's my takeaway from that. Now, let's talk about really quick the 2016 challenge. The reason behind this challenge, and I talked about it in the video. So this is where everybody can, tune in so we all know what's going on. The idea behind the challenge is this. A lot of people will say that they don't have an event to invite people to. So I know when you go out and do invites or you go out and talk to people, it's hard to invite them to something that doesn't exist. You don't have anything to invite them to. If it's not a STS coming up or it's not anything, a shake party or something like that, you just don't have anything to invite people to. And we know what's coming up in January. Everybody's going to start making these body goal transformations. So it only makes sense. Successful people go with the trends. So whatever is popular, successful people, should follow. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have the well, it was originally a 30-day, but we're just going to call it, the January Body Transformation Challenge because it's ending a little early, so we can get ready for like the February one. In February it'll be the same way, but the idea behind the challenge is to get as many coaches involved so you have a reason to go out and talk to people. You can't tell me right now that you got family members and friends who want to lose weight, but they don't want to spend money on Herbalife. But guess what happens? This is as easy as coaching is going to get. It's only $20. There's no Herbalife plan required. There's no, special anything. Just, hey, you want to get in this body. People do it at their jobs all the time. You want to get in this challenge that's, the grand prize is, we're collecting money. So all the money goes towards the grand prize winners. It's going to be over hundreds and hundreds of dollars of prizes given away. All you got to do is, enter for $20. That gets people in the door. Sometimes some of us, that's where we struggle at, getting the contact. Well, this is the easiest way to get people. People are looking for something in January to help them get in shape. We're not throwing Herbalife in their face at that time. We're just saying, hey, it's $20 to join. Then we put them in this group. Now it's your job while they're in this Facebook group to be the best coach that you can be. You get the opportunity to get them on a plan once they're already locked into a challenge. Because it's easy to get them into the challenge for $20. Then it's your job to say, hey, listen, I know, you're in this challenge and we're going to go over your meal plans and all that, but this is what I tell you. If you're wanting to seriously win this challenge, you're going to want to be on a nutrition plan. Reason being, the people who are probably going to win are people who are on a Herbalife plan. Because when you're on a Herbalife plan, Mark Hughes says you have the ability to lose up to 29 pounds in a month. That's the claim that Mark Hughes had when he originally started. Up to 29 pounds a month. So if you want to actually be serious in winning this grand prize, you might want to consider getting on the plan, or however you want to word it. But this gives you the opportunity to actually have that conversation with people. And if they still don't want to do it, fine. Guess what? That's cool. But they're going to see all the people posting their shakes in the challenge post. And they're going to see all the people, oh, I already lost 5 pounds on the challenge, starting my shakes and tea. They're going to see all of these people that are doing this. Guess what they're going to want to do? Well, how much is it? Well, we can do a 3-day trial. If you want to do a 3-day trial, $20. $20. Man, I feel a lot better on this already. How do I get a full plan? And by this time, guess what? You already have them locked in because they're gonna want to do the February challenge on a full plan, so they have a better chance of winning. Because now they know halfway through the challenge in January, they decide, oh man, I should have been doing this the whole month. I probably could have won. I'm gonna re-up and I'm gonna do the February challenge. So guess what the February challenge does? It gets even bigger. And then that rolls into the grand finale March challenge, which is going to be the biggest. And that's 3 in a row. Boom, boom, boom. 3 challenges heading into April. And the idea behind it is to just build momentum and to give you all the opportunity and the options to work on your coaching with giving you something very, very easy. What do people have to do? I believe Kylie created the weight loss challenge. It's a link that people get that they sign up, they register, and then they there's a PayPal. I'm going to see what's the easiest way to do it as far as PayPal goes. But it's going to be very, very easy for me if somebody wants to, pay. I'll just send them a PayPal invoice, or they can send the money to PayPal. And then once they're in, they're locked in. And then what the good thing about this challenge, the dope thing is, I'm going to have a conversation with who's going to be on. Well, first off, I want to give it up for the registration team of Joel, Kylie, and Orlando, who are going to be handling registration. Then we have an amazing thing with the challenge team. This is going to be the game changer, I believe, in the challenge, because we're going to have people who are engaged in doing activity each week. And when I say that, I mean things like this. We're going to say, hey, for you to gain this extra point towards your final vote, you have to go out, find a stranger, and do 25 push-ups with them on camera. But guess what that subconsciously is getting somebody to do? Getting them out of their comfort zone, because they want to get that point. And when I talk about the points, I know you guys saw the video, but we're going to have the final judging panel. I don't know if you guys have ever judged on anything before, but you put first place votes, second place votes, third place votes, and everybody whoever you lay out the picture, and whoever the judging panel is, they put first place. This person's first place. This person's second place. This person's third place. How many first place votes you get? How many second place votes you get? And you have the option with doing these weekly challenges to earn bonus points towards the final vote. So there's going to be 4 challenges probably. I don't know. After I talk to the challenge team, which is going to be Rachel, Casey, and Ellen. They're going to be our challenge team. So I'm going to talk to them, and we're going to just see how many challenges we want to do. If we want to do 1 a week, we want to do a midweek challenge, whatever it is, we're going to figure it out for you guys. We have a lot of time. But that's what we're going to do, and that keeps everybody involved. And the biggest thing I think in any challenge is keeping people involved. And we know that as coaches, keeping somebody on a nutrition plan for a month, it's like, geez, it's like pulling teeth sometimes. But this keeps everybody engaged. So the weekly challenges are going to be ways to earn bonus points towards final votes. And we're going to come up with a lot of great things. I'm pretty sure I got some pretty creative people on the challenge team. So there's going to be like a video post that I'm going to work on having them do that like the Sunday before, so people know that the challenges are coming up and what the weekly challenge is, and post your video. It's going to be fun. It's going to be very interactive. So that's going to be what keeps people around. Then we have the photo team. We're going to do Kylie and Maisha. So Kylie's going to be working with Maisha Shobi on the photo team. And what that is going to be, it's just simple. It's just somebody to just take all the before photos that people send in. And the reason being is because some people won't send their before photo for whatever reason. You have to pry it out of them. And then also, here's the thing. We're going to have the mandatory weekly photo updates. So the photo team is going to be in charge of saying, hey, this person turned in their weekly photo. That's another point towards the final vote. So there's different ways for people to win. The reason why I'm doing these points is there may be somebody who gives it their all in this challenge. There may be somebody who turns in everything on time and is probably more diligent, but their body just won't lose the amount of weight that fast. This gives them an opportunity, because I know a lot of people will kill it at everything, and somebody who maybe will half-ass it, never turn in a picture, and never do a challenge will lose a gang of weight, and then they'll win. But this is evening the playing field of sorts by having these different ways to earn additional points. So turning in the pictures each week. So, and I'm also going to have that conversation with Kylie and Maisha probably here in the next 24 hours, because people are going to start registering as soon as tomorrow for the challenge. I already know that there's like a bunch of people who are waiting to register. So that's that. And the end of the challenge is going to be January 30th for the first leg. And with that is a Saturday. And the reason we're doing it on a Saturday is so we have time to accumulate all pictures, make sure we have everything in. And that way we have enough time to announce the winner before February starts. So with that being said, brief overview. Does anybody have any questions about the challenge? I know somebody does. It might be a little confusing. I knew you were going to be the first person. What's up?
So everybody, including coaches, are paying the $20 entry fee, correct?
Correct.
And then it's fair game for coaches or clients to win, or it's just for new clients?
Personally, I feel like whenever I look at challenges, a lot of times members do win. So I think me personally right now, that's why I had it put it in the group. I think it's cool if members are a part, and I think it's cool if members have the opportunity to win. We don't have a fair advantage. Everybody has the same, a kind of, I guess we just get a little bit more of a discount on our products. But I pretty much think that it's fair game. Anybody can win.
So I have a question with
Yes.
the registration. So with the way this website is, when you say people will start registering tomorrow, so everyone will have to go on and register on what I created? Is that what that means?
Well, let me turn my computer up. What was that question again? You said what?
So like the thing I just created with the challenge, so when you say people will start registering tomorrow, do I send them something to register through this?
I believe I've used it before, and from what I believe, what I've seen is there's a link that you can send people for people to sign up for the challenge. I think it should be in there. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You can post it in Super Team, so everybody can have the link to send to whoever. So everybody just save the link when it's posted. And then I'll save it in the pin post. Whenever you post it, I'll pin it to the pin post. That way, anybody who's in the challenge and they got somebody that wants to register, they just copy and paste it and send it to them so they can register. It's going to be the registration link as well as the PayPal link. I'm just going to put all of the information in the pin post. I want to do that tonight. So if you have the link, you can post it whenever. I'll see it and I'll be able to catch it and get everything in the pin post. So it's going to be pretty easy. Just to somebody's interested, copy, paste, register, pay, and then send your picture.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
Are we doing measurements too, or just weight and pictures?
The way that it's set up on there, it gets very, very in depth on there. As far on the website, I mean, they have like left arm, right arm, waist, everything on there. Personally, I really want to go off of pictures. I want to go off weight and body fat. So as a coach, you can have the option to do whatever you want to do, and I'm going to put that in the post as well. And this is for registration team to know as well, because they're going to be getting these numbers from people, and you're going to have to input the numbers. So I'm gonna make it easy as ever on them, because if they get 50 people that send a million different types of measurements, it gets real tricky. So we're just gonna stick with weight and body fat for measurement, or for numbers. Any more questions? Was somebody unmuted?
Yeah, Casey.
What's up?
What if we have people who aren't interested in Facebook? I have a couple people at work who don't use Facebook.
You don't necessarily, and this is the thing, I guess it's good because you can actually, most of the stuff is sent through email. So they don't necessarily have to be in the group. You can be responsible. If they can send you all the information. Because to register, you don't need to be a part of Facebook, and to pay, you don't need to be a part of Facebook. And it'll just be up to you to like, hey, this is the weekly challenge, and and you can send them the video. They can do it. They can send it to you, or you can post it for them. Facebook isn't required. We'll just highly recommend that people get Facebook or use Facebook. That's my thing, just because that I want people to see all of the activity. But if people don't want to get it, we're not going to exclude them from it. So that'll be that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Any more questions? Boom, boom, boom. All right. So nobody has any more questions. I've posted a mock version of what I'm going to be posting. Probably my first post in the morning. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make that a daily ritual. It's going to be something I post every single day until the challenge begins. And then I'm going to be posting alongside. I don't know if you all saw Celeste's post and Super's post about the 90-day challenge. And what the 90-day challenge is, it's pretty much we're just, as a group of coaches and members, we're all just saying that we're going to get results over the next 90 days. There's going to be I don't think there's going to be a winner or things like that. But we're going to actually have, a 90-day challenge type thing as coaches. So on, I think January 1st, we're always going to post our before photos, and we're going to just strive for a new 90-day result. It's not nothing too complicated with what she's doing. And I'll tell you guys, honestly, people forget about, just like the 90 days to get you thing. It's just, I told her when I called her, I said 90 days is just a long time. People don't do anything for 90 days. For whatever reason, it's just a long time. People forget. Life happens. It's not a good idea, but she wanted to do it, so fine, but we're going to do 30-day increments because I feel like that's the best way to keep people involved. So, and just so you know, they're not two separate things either. It's going to be just intertwined, however you would like to intertwine it. Now, that's perfect timing, 7:30. So last thing I want to talk about in today is, I guess it would be we'll just label it as the personal development section of today, or our Sunday calls. And we'll just really talk about, first and foremost, I heard this past weekend, and it's really about your why. And I think this is the best way that I've ever heard it explained, maybe, because you always hear people say, what is your why? Why are you doing the business? And what are most people going to say? I want to help people. I want to change lives. I want to change the world. Right? Well, that may be a reason why you like doing Herbalife, but is that going to keep you in the business when everybody tells you no? When everybody tells you no, and you go to your why and say, I just want to help change the world, is that going to keep you in the business? If your why isn't strong enough to say, hey, I didn't get any contacts this week. Everybody told me no, but I'm still going to wake up on Monday and I'm going to do it again. And I remember it was who was talking about this was President's team member Jake Dwyer. And he said his why for 4 years was so he can get the President's team and make enough money to travel abroad and drive a fancy foreign car in a fancy country. He said, as vain as that sounds, that kept him going every single month. As vain as it sounded, his why was something personal for him. And when things got rough, he always remembered why he was doing what he was doing. Because he really wanted to take that foreign trip and he really wanted to drive a foreign car in a foreign country. That was his goal. And that woke him up every day. So I asked, like, what is your why? Like, for real, like, what are you really doing Herbalife for? And if you don't know, maybe that'll be the reason why you flop in and out. Maybe you have to get in touch with what the possibilities are. Because what I can tell you is somebody like Jake Dwyer, who's a very quiet, awkward person, reached the President's team in 4 years. Has a President's team in his downline. Has a millionaire team in his downline. And you know what he did? Once he made the President's team, he started earning the President's team salary. He took a year off from doing anything. Went overseas for a year in Europe. Did all of the things that he said he wanted to do, which was just why. He was still doing his $2,500 a month to collect his royalties while he was gone and to collect his President's team bonus. But he said, I worked my tail off for 4 years with the same why. I'm going to at least, be able to enjoy my why. I want to achieve it. So that's what he did. Somebody's asked if the call is being recorded. Yep, show is. So my thing is really get in touch with why you're doing it. If your reason is I want to help people, trust and believe, you have to ask yourself, is that what's going to wake you up every day? Because you want to help people. Is that going to make you, if you go outside and talk to 100 people and nobody says yes, is that your why going to make you talk to 100 more people before you go home? You have to really question and ask yourself about your why. Because your why is what's going to make you, I honestly, when I see people that, like, we had the whole 90 or the 8-hour days, and I know some people did it for a couple of days. I'm not sure if anybody did it for the whole week. But my thing is, if you have a strong enough why, I can tell when you don't, because you stop something after 2 days because it don't work. Your why wasn't strong enough to keep you going throughout the whole week because it did not work for you in the first 2 days. And that's the craziest thing ever to me. If a basketball player worked out and trained for 2 days and things didn't work out, we would never have anybody in the NBA. If a football player or a track star only practiced for 1 or 2 days, if you only, went to the baseball mound and only threw pitches for 2 days, how good do you think you'll be at it? I don't know, people who do sports and these things, and you have to do these every single day. Every day. You have to exercise your Herbalife bone every day. We exercise our bodies all the time. Why not exercise your Herbalife muscle every day? Once a day. Do something for your business. But that boils down to why you're doing it. Some people I know for a fact that aren't on the call are more committed to their physical self going to the gym than they are their Herbalife business. Guess what? That's not what we do. Herbalife only been about the healthy, active lifestyle for 4 years. Before that, nobody had fit camps. Before that, nobody was posting videos of workouts. Herbalife 24 ain't been around but since 2013. What did they do for the 30 years before that? It was all about changing your health, changing people's health. Everybody's not going to be able to go out there and bench press all this weight and run all these miles and do all of these things. But there's somebody, grandma out there, or there's somebody's uncle out there that just wants something to make them feel better. And we're not even giving them the opportunity because we're so stuck on ourselves. We got to put the gym before. We're not, the 80-20 is different for us. 80% fitness is what we're doing. Yes, it's extremely important to incorporate, but we got to make sure people are eating healthy. We got to make sure that that's our main focus. Yeah, Rachel, and what you want to know something peculiar about that, Rachel? It was a point in time to when we were going through 2.5 global expansion team cuts. And it was days where I was training for a show and I literally could not go to the gym until like 1 a.m. because my whole day was consumed with me wanting to actually be productive and help people. Do we not know going to the gym takes like 2 to 3 hours out of our day? And most of the time we're going to the day to, point of time of the day to where we can actually be talking to the most people. But then what happens when you get from the gym? You're tired. You don't want to do anything. So that's the rest of your day just wasted. So my thing is we have to set up priorities. Are you willing to miss a gym session for helping people? Are you willing to miss a gym session for going out and doing face-to-face invites? Are you? If you're not, then you ain't really about this. As much as y'all know I love working out, I haven't worked out since Thursday. Why? Because my volume ain't looking right. Why? Because I haven't helped enough people. Thursday. And we know, I was like, y'all, if y'all haven't seen a gym post from me, I was scrolling. I was like, I haven't posted a gym selfie in like 2 weeks. Why? Because the business is not right. Because we don't got enough people on calls yet. Because I'm going through too many days of me not getting accomplished what I said I wanted to do. And it ain't no excuse except for the fact that I'm just not doing it. So guess what? Things have to take precedent. And I have to set some order. So that's what I'm going to do. And I tell myself this, and I wanted to post a video in the group, but it just didn't seem right. I wanted to say I was very, very in a negative mindset about my organization for maybe the last 4 months. Like, man, I can't. You guys got to understand too. Like the downward slope of what we've done. We used to have people who were like really serious and doing high volume, helping a lot of people. Then they just disappeared, or they just stopped putting it as a priority. So my mind was like, man, maybe my team just I'm losing everybody. But I feel like I got the perfect team right now. Because I got a solid foundation of people who are going to show up no matter what. I got a solid foundation of people who are willing to listen and willing to work together. And guess what? We build off of that. Yes, our organization was at one point in time tracking to like really on point to hit millionaire team. Like we were in the 70s. Now we're down in the 2030s. But guess what? That's something to build on. And we're going to build it the correct way. There are some people that are not on this call right now who helped us get to 2.5. That's fine. But it's their choice not to say. It's their choice not to get on the calls. It's their choice not to stay. Exactly. That's what they always told me. Work with those who are willing to work with you. And I found myself at times really, really pressing the issue. Why are you not going to get on the calls? I believe in you. That's fine. Guess what? My mentor never did that for me. And I'm really here right now. I'm really in tune with the company right now. My mentor didn't do that for a single person in his downline, but somehow he's president's team, right? If you guys were around Super, you would realize, like, man, this dude kind of was an asshole. He don't even care. But guess what? He'll tell you his responsibility was to sign you up and get you to it, because he has a call for us. We have calls. We have things in place for us to be successful. The other day he said, man, I just have to. Exactly. That's what he told me. I'm not going to even lie to you. You want to know how many times I was told to figure it out? But this is my thing. If I was to tell you, if somebody asked a question in our chat and I said, just figure it out, what would be the response? Whew. Whew. I know somebody we'll probably have like 5 people leave the group. We'll probably have like, I'll probably get that I'm a bad mentor. I probably would just get like the shit storm if I said, just figure it out. But guess what? That happened to Super too, though. People left. Lots of people left. Mostly women, because women don't like to be told stuff like that. It just doesn't rub them the right way at all. Guys, like I talked to Orlando and I talked to Adrian and Fred. Just like Super talked to me, they still are there. But if I talk to a woman like that, they're like, oh, hell no. No, he didn't. Let me leave. I noticed the people that have left have been all women. But we ain't gonna sip this. Yeah. But that's the thing. We have to get to a point to where we want to figure it out. Because you know what Garen and Super told me when I first joined, and I was asking questions about the marketing plan, and I was asking questions about how I did certain things. They were like, well, you have book 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Read them. And after that, I didn't get any response from Garen ever again. Like, never. Read your books. Figure it out. Make some mistakes. Be willing to make mistakes. But guess what? I wanted it so bad. And it's only because as young as I may have been when I started, mentally and physically, I saw the lifestyle. I saw Mark and Jill Addy who, had the perfect quintessential lifestyle of a family and a nice house with picket fence and all of that good stuff and no debt problems and making, a couple $1 million a year. Then I saw Garen Jones, a single, bachelor, blah, 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 whatever you want to consider him. And he's making $100,000 a month. Then I see my mentor who just got out of jail, signed up and did whatever he had to do. And now he's making $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month. I see that. I don't care what I have going on in my life. I don't care what anybody has going on. You cannot say that is not worth it. You can't say that if we say that this is at the end of the light and this is how you get there, but you choose to do other things that are like literally no value to your life. They may get you some likes. They may get you some shares, but they're making you no money and they're not helping anybody's life. And people are going to forget it next week. So, I really don't know. Sometimes, I feel like people just don't really, I don't know if we don't get it. I don't know if we're just scared. I don't know. But I know when I look at my numbers in the organization, I'm like, God, we can be so much better than this. Like if we just try. Some people just don't try anymore. Like today, did anybody just try and get a new client today? Just tried. I know I did. I actually got one of my members to finally place an order. But if you didn't try today, and if you don't try tomorrow, you're letting days go by, and it just becomes pointless. And you're going to phase out of the business because you don't try. Like, did you try yesterday? Did you try today? Did you try? Are you going to try tomorrow? Is that in your plans? Do you have your day mapped out tomorrow? Is Herbalife in it? Ask yourself these things. And if you say no to any of those, don't be surprised when you don't get the big check. Don't be surprised when you don't get the VIP or the all the accolades and things that come with the next pin. Who's tired of the pen that they're at right now? I see some of y'all are tired of the pen y'all at. Well, tell me what you did today to change that pen. And if you said nothing, then you ain't tired of that pen. You're cool. You're comfortable with it. I know I'm tired of my pen. I just got it not too long ago, but I'm tired of it. The day I signed up in Herbalife, I didn't even look. I still haven't even looked at President's Team. I say I want to get to Millionaire Team because that can change my life, my family's life, and that creates a whole bunch of inspiration for you all. But guess what? I got to go back out and do some more work. This is the last thing I'll tell you guys. I just went to, I don't know if you guys know, Chelsea, my girlfriend, her sponsor, Jerry Graham, President Senior with Jerry Graham, which is Mark and Jill Addy's one of their best friend, Mark Addy's best friend in the business and in life. We went to his house for a Christmas party yesterday. He just bought a house, 4,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms on a 22 acre lot. Crazy big place. Some place that you see on HGTV. Like they renovating it. It's really crazy to actually walk into something like that. And at the end of the tour, you know what he told us? He said, I'm back to work. He said, I've enjoyed President's Team long enough. As a President's Team member and, 45-year-old man, he says, I'm out in the streets twice a day doing follow-up for 2 hours every day. He said, I got to get to work. If I want to enhance my life, if I want to go, 10K, 15K, 20K, 30K, he's like, I got to do the work. So as a President's Team member, this is what you have to do. You got to be willing to go out and do face-to-face. Guess what? Now you guys have something to talk about when you go out and do face-to-face. Hey, I'm a local, health coach in the area, and we're doing a body transformation challenge. Is it something that you'd be interested in? Or do you know anybody that would be interested in, a body transformation challenge? It's going to be a lot of prizes. It's only $20. Sit down, have a conversation with somebody. So, and at the end of the day, we all make declarations. We all say we want certain things. But the best thing, I'll see this President's Team member from Miami said it the best. Time will tell. Time will tell. I'm here every day. Y'all going to see me every day. You take a picture of Adrian sleeping? Yeah, I got one already too myself. On the low. Slick. But, yeah. If anybody ever tells you anything, if anybody ever says, I'm going to be doing this, I just had somebody tell me they couldn't get on a call because their child wouldn't go to sleep. Guess what? I don't even respond to that. Why? My kids, I know y'all probably heard them crying. I put them in the back room. Gave them some toys, gave them some, gave them some toys and some snacks, closed the door, and it was crying for a little bit. Sounds like they just passed out and went to sleep right now. I'm going to go check on them when the call is over with. But there's no excuse. And for me, I don't even look at it as a sacrifice. That's just something that I get to do. Like, why would I not be able to get on I guarantee you people talk on the phone with their kids in the room. Yeah, you can't. I can't ever like you. People will tell me, "Oh, you're such an amazing, father." And that. Listen, it's not. It's second nature for me. I said I want to be at a certain level, and I'm not going to let anything stop me. The production I may have to figure out how to be in higher production. I was tired as ever before I got on this call. What did I do? Drink me some lift off and tea. Now I'm up. Products work. Great. Sanchez. Boy, you been running or something? What's going on? Why you so tired? If you was gonna sleep because you just hit the little button that said stop video. We couldn't catch you. But yeah, guys, that's the thing. You know, we have a lot of people who say that they're gonna do things, and a lot of people who claim that they're gonna do a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say I don't believe anybody anymore, but this is what I tell them. I just will tell them time will tell. You can sit here in my face and tell me that you're going to be president's team, you're going to be millionaire team, you're never going to leave, you're about Herbalife forever. I've seen people say that, and I've seen people leave. You know, we got a bond in my fraternity, and I had like two of my friends. They like, oh, I promise you, on the bond, I'm gonna get started. That was a year ago. They still ain't started. So I don't believe people when they tell me things. I just believe when I actually see things. And I'll always tell people, I think it would make people mad sometimes. Trust me, I'm going to do this. Like, all right, time will tell. What do you mean? I promise you. Time will tell. I've been lied to before. I'm not gonna let you get my hopes up. So, last 5 minutes. Does anybody have any questions about anything coming up? We know that the end of the month is January 4th for volume. So we have all these goals we're shooting for. We know Kylando's shooting for Utah. Turn up. We're going to get there. But anybody with any questions, comments, or concerns or anything that they want to say right now before we get off of here?
Because I'm like, I was telling Kylie, I'm pretty black and white. Could you like go through like from step one? So if we have somebody that's interested in the challenge, okay, like what is our direction step through?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna post that as well, just so people know. But if you just to kind of hear it, the first step is the registration. So they're gonna go to the link and they're gonna register. They're gonna complete the registration for the challenge. Then once they complete the registration for the challenge, they're going to turn in their payment, and the payment is going to be sent to the PayPal link. If they don't have PayPal, then they can contact that email that is for the PayPal and say, hey, I need a request for the challenge. That way I can send them an invoice and I'll give them directions to pay. But once they do that, the third and final step is to turn in their pictures and that's going to be to you and Maisha.
Mm-hmm.
So if you all, I don't know how you all want to do it. Like I said, I'll talk to you guys. I don't know if you want to create a separate email for people to send you pictures to, or whatever it is. I can get the pictures sent to my email. That'd be a lot of stuff going through that email, but it's just whatever, however you want to do it. But it's going to be register, pay, send pictures, and then the coaches individually can add them to the challenge, to the group page.
Okay, thank you.
For sure. Anybody else with anything? No. All right. So.
Thanks for the call. Thanks for the challenge. I'm really excited about to get it going, the momentum. So let's change pins, guys. It's 3 months. They said 3 months of, Soup said 3 months of hard work is your 3 cuts to your next pin. So let's go.
Absolutely correct. I always appreciate you, Rachel. I always give thank you. I always look for a little bit of accolades. I appreciate you. But that is true. Just for you guys to know, when we did the challenge, I did a personal challenge with my team here last year. And what happened? Like I told y'all, my organization went from doing 22 to doing 60, 70,000 in the organization in 3 months. We went from get team to almost mill team in those 3 months. So if you plug in and you really take accountability, And the thing is, too, I'll give you guys a tip to getting a lot of people in the challenge. If you get one person, challenge them to invite 3 people. Don't tell them bring one. Don't tell them bring 3 people. Because if they bring one, that's better than nothing. But if you only give them the option to bring one, then that's all they're going to do. Some people may be like, yeah, I got 3. Actually, I got like all people at my job that may want to do it. So this is how you build your client web. Make sure you're still webbing, because this is how you're going to be able to keep track of everybody. But I guarantee you, this is the easiest way that I know to get people interested in doing Herbalife. Stick them in that challenge and then talk to them about it. Get everybody on 3-day trials and change everybody's life. All right, so boom, boom, boom. Post your webs. Not a problem. Not a problem. I'm going to post my web. But along with that, just make sure, as always, post your biggest takeaway. No, you know what? Post your why. Why? The real why. Why? What's going to wake you up tomorrow and make you do volume tomorrow? Or in Adrian's case, what's going to wake him up in the next 5 minutes? Maybe Fred. I don't know. Maybe Fred will wake him up. I don't know. But, yeah, that's what I want. Post your whys. The real ones. And with that, I'm going to stop.